Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the World Iesf Europe Qualifiers, of course. And my name is Kronos. Joining alongside me is Dakota, the one and only, to bring you what took place, to bring you more information about what took place while we were on that break, right, Dakota? I know you got the tea. I heard you say about something.
Yes,
Get a little
sir.
Tell us all about it.
A lot of juicy things happen. So the teams that are advancing to round number 2 are Romania, Belarus, Portugal, and Austria. And unfortunately, the teams that lost are France, Israel, Spain, and Italy. Man, these are a few shockers. I mean, Kronos, you have to give credit where credit is due. These players have been playing it out like their heart depended on it. But we already witnessed what Romania did in today's first game, round number 1. What do you think is going to happen in round number 2?
I don't know, man. I feel like Romania might just take it again. Don't you think so?
I mean, I have to agree with you, but even so, let me read the whole entire matchups for the teams that won round number 1. So round 2 is going to be between Lithuania and Romania, as we know, Georgia versus Belarus, Hungary versus Portugal, and Turkey versus Austria. And these teams are some of the favorites to win this entire thing. But I mean, they were going to be watching Lithuania versus Romania. I mean, come on, Kronos. I have to support my countries, man. I think you're going to agree with me. They have been doing an incredible job versus Team France.
I mean, I agree, man. I agree completely with the fact that Romania and Lithuania, the match that we're going to see, Romania are just slightly ahead in terms of the way that they're playing, the gameplay, everything that they're bringing on the board, to be honest.
And I agree with you completely. I liked the way Sake utilized his drafting skills. I know he's the one drafting, right? He's the mastermind behind these beautiful drafts. We saw the chip, we saw the Badang, we saw the Jukshin in both of the games. But I believe the one who took the cake was Nikki, I believe being MVP of both games. I mean, I have to give credit where credit is due. He was playing extremely well. He was even outpacing Nefiria, one of the favorite goal laners in the entire tournament, Kronos.
Yeah, I mean, just showing Euphoria that she's kind of has a lot more to learn in terms of how to take it to the next level. Because the way that he's been playing, my God, man, Nikki has been taking the entire stage by storm.
And we're going to have the team roster for Team Lithuania being Mlbb, Bayaza, Super, Oryx, and Blissey. We seen the other day how strong Oryx is on the gun. We saw his brother. We saw, I believe, his Clint as well. It was complete and utter mayhem. He was just demolishing Team Israel left and right. Proper team fight, proper setups. And, it was exciting to watch. I mean, I liked it. We know he is probably the strongest team member on Team Lithuania's roster. Do you have anything to add upon this?
No, I think Mlbb is definitely one of those guys that we've seen quite a lot. I feel like he's probably one of the strongest ones indeed. And apart from that, I feel like Lithuania they have Super as well. I've seen that name before. It feels like Lithuania just might be able to. I feel like Lithuania are going into this underdogs, right?
I agree with you completely, but I think the true dark horse of the tournament are still going to be Team Romania or Team Portugal. I mean, they pulled off a pretty amazing win against Team Spain, which was one, again, of the favorites to win the entire thing. But I'd like to see another roster. I mean, I'd like to take the look at Romania's roster yet again because I'm excited to read out the names of these players. But what impressed you the most about Romania's playstyle?
Romania's playstyle, man, it's just very fluid. It's just been so fluid. They know how to dot their I's, cross their T's, know what exactly has to be done in which particular role, and it just overall synergy is absolutely great in terms of the way that they're playing, the flow of the game, right? The rhythm at which they're playing is just so smooth. Doesn't feel like they need a lot of adjustments. It's just about adapting and making the right shot calls. And I think Romania might just be a great team. And I don't think they're dark horses now. They might just be one of the favorites to take it all.
I mean, still, the dark horses are yet to be showing themselves because the next game, as we said, is going to be Lithuania versus Team Romania. Who knows, maybe Lithuania might be able to take the cake in this one. But still, I have high hopes for my own countrymen. Kronos, I know we talked a bit behind the scenes. You also have high hope for Austria. You're supporting them a lot.
I mean, yes, of course, we have our friends over there who's playing. I feel like they definitely deserve our support, right? Come on, Dakota, you gotta say, yeah, you gotta say, we got our friends, we gotta make sure we support them. But also at the same time, I feel like Austria have been showing some promise, haven't casted their, qualifiers. Feels like they definitely have a lot more to offer, and they've kind of mixed in some of the best together. But that's not what we're gonna see today. We're gonna see Lithuania versus Romania, some of the best in both these countries that battling it out. Lithuania on the blue side, Romania on the red.
And we're gonna see Lithuania starting off with a huge respect ban on the Hanzo, as well the Matilda, and I guess the Fredrin as well. We saw how dangerous Danzo was on it. But we're gonna see Romania respond to that attack with the ban of Fovius and Fanny. We know that Mlbb likes that, Fovius likes playing on it. And the Juxin. Hey, impressive draft so far. I'd expect Lithuania to pick up the Kimi. No, they go for the chip.
I think Chip as a first pick is really great. Mlbb has been an absolute monster in the roam position. We know that quite a lot. So he definitely has the ability to go for the split plays, make the right shot calls, turn a 1v1 into a 1v5 at any given point. And I feel like that's going to be Lithuania's strength, just playing to these team fights, playing the numbers game. Meanwhile, Romania on the other side, pick up the Hayabusa for the split again, get the Rome Badang, and yeah, I feel like we just might have a game on our hands because now Joy is left open, but Joy can be countered by the Hayabusa, right?
I mean, Joy can be countered by the Hayabusa, but still, it's still one of the few heroes that relies heavily on his Ugi Shadow Kill, his ultimate. And if his squad shadows get expanded, you can't do anything against that, right? You cannot escape. But still, it's still early draft. We're going to see the Brody getting picked out. We saw Oryx on it the other day, and the Baksha in the jungle position. Mlbb is the XP laner, Beijing being the jungler, Oryx the goal laner. Super the roamer, and Bayaza the XP laner. For the team of Romania, Skylove the mid laner, Karte the XP laner, Nikki the goal laner, Kopilul Danzo the jungler, and Saki the roamer.
Hey man, I'm telling you, these teams definitely, these teams are putting up a big display. It's just the display, man. I mean, I'm kind of distracted with the fact that they went for the Brody early on. Yeah, I'm just trying to find like, wait, why is this like, my brain's trying to like, why is there a Brody there randomly just thrown in the first phase of the draft, nonetheless, right? Is this a comfort pick? Is it what he's known for? Dakota, you know about it.
We have seen Oryx on the Broly the other day, and he completely decimated Team. I mean, completely decimated Team Israel is an understatement. He was the sole carry of that game. Unfortunately, Lithuania didn't win that one. Israel took it, but still, at the end, Lithuania came around and took it by a 2-1 sweep. Even so, we're going to see Skylove getting that far, so I expect a ban for the XP laners. Exactly, you can still flex the Bagsha, you can maybe flex the chip on text, but that's a far reach. But you're going to see the Ling getting picked out. We have seen also Bayaza on that Ling.
Yeah, I feel like that now it kind of makes sense, right? Now it kind of makes sense the entire time with the Brody being picked up, the Ling being banned out. Yes, again, respect to Bayaza. Granger being taken off the other side just to make sure Brody has a better lane. I think the Harriet's got to go at some point as well. Just because the Harriet, Farsa with the Badang combo, and then you have the Hayabusa to kind of clean up shop, it kind of works out in their favor. So I feel like Lithuania definitely need to ban out the Harriet. That leaves open the Moskov. I think against the Brody, Moskov's not the... Brody has a better time against the Moskov. I hear... What other jungle picks could be left open, Zakota?
I mean, on the Golem, there's still the Kimi that's open, yeah. And on the XP, the Hilda. And on the Rome, I mean, the Florin could work as a counter, but still, Lithuania already picked the Romers. But now we're going to see the Sicilian getting banned out. And I think Lithuania is going to follow up with that Kimi, or maybe a Moscow ban, as you said previously.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely going to be a big difference maker. They banned out a Sicilian. I'm not really sure that Sicilian's a... Okay, I can see it. Sustained comes through. But then again, you're right. Either Kimi or the Moskov's got to go. I feel like here Moscow would be... Kimi would be a better shout. But Harriet, man. You can't leave the Harriet open. I just feel like the Harriet's too much to give away.
The other day, Oryx played Brody into a Harriet, so we know he can deal with it, but can he deal it against Nicky's Harriet? The most gets banned out, as I predicted, but I'm thinking, right? You're correct. they need a bit more magical damage. The Harriet or the Kimi will work great for Team Romania, but what does Team Lithuania lack? Do you think they lack an engager, a bruiser, or like what do you think is missing? Of course, the mage is missing. Maybe something as a Valor to push back that Hayabusa, or even a Veil. I'm feeling.
I feel like Lithuania could just go for Lucas Angela.
Even the Luoi is still open on the map, and I believe Bayaza plays it.
Lucas Angela, man, I'm telling you, you pop that Lucas Angela, and next thing you know, Lithuania are just taking the game by storm. They have enough magic damage. Pop the Vakti in the EXP lane, put the Angela in the mid lane, and then Lucas. But yeah, your mid lane's gonna be super bad in terms of clear. I'm just trying to find Wombo combos.
You're reaching. Even so, the Gacha is getting picked out by Team Romania. That's gonna tie up with the Badang combination with that Fist Crack, you know. Just lying them up, zoning them out. The AOG is coming to big AoE knockup effect. Also, the taunt is going to be a big thing in the early game with the Fires as well.
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree, given the fact that it might be that Gatotkacha that's picked up. They could have slot the box in the jungle. The Gatotkacha could have been a problem with the Farsa, so he is taking away the Gatotkacha. But here, again, the Hylos is still up for grabs. I feel like Hylos is great. Oh, they go for the Suyo. We forgot about the Suyo. Suyo is actually good against the Hayabusa because he can actually immune the Ogi Shadow Kill. So that's another pick that's go. Oh, no, man. The Selena is just lethal. Selena. It's lethal here. Absolutely lethal.
I mean, I don't like the Selena pick here, considering they have the Gatotkacha, they have the Batang, they have two annoying frontliners. And the Suyu into a Farsa, he can get the burst down pretty easily. He doesn't have that damage resistance anymore against magical damage. It only works against physical, right? As you said, yes, he can immune the Hayabusa with Shadow Kill, but still, if the Hayabusa is good, he won't allow him to. He's gonna force his dash away, first of all. But it all depends what's going to go in the heat of the moment during the game, right, Kronos? Oh, I like that. I really like that pick. Hold on, man.
The Melissa is really nice.
Mlbb?
I don't think it's a great counter to Mlbb, but I feel like definitely a good pick and good counter to the Brody in the laning phase, right? However, the Baxia is just a little too difficult to deal with. I feel like if it goes for the blade armor, then you'll have a difficult time.
Kronos, remember when I told you Sheep can be flexed into the experience lane? I think that's what we're gonna witness right now with Mlbb picking up the Sheep. And I think he's gonna go on the experience, and the Butch is going to roam because they really need that early ant-heal for that Badang and Gatotkacha. Not both of them can't, and I mean the Gatotkacha 100% is gonna use the Revitalize, but still the Badang is gonna get annoying overshield when he uses his wall. So you know it's a 50-50 scenario, but the Sheep on the XP, that's something uncommon.
Yeah, I think the chip on the EXP lane. No, I think the chip is going to be on the wrong position indeed. However, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're getting straight into the game, of course, for game number 1 and match number 2 for the day. Lithuania versus Romania. Let's see who takes the cake.
Chip experience. This is something where you usually see him on the roaming position because he has that annoying passive that allows him to teleport wherever he wants. I mean, I can see it working, but I don't think it's a good pick here, right? Maybe they just didn't want to give it to Team Romania.
And at the moment, I feel like they definitely are going through the Lethal Wanderer. So Lithuania here versus Romania. Romania needs to have the early game aggression coming out from that, especially given the fact that they have the Hayabusa, they have the Melissa. They definitely have the early game prowess to try and get something down, but they need the poke coming through for Danzo to actually dish out a lot of damage.
Something I don't like is the Inspire on Nick. I would have maybe liked a Flicker or Purify more. Abyssal Arrow.
Oh, wait, connecting, but you can see Piazza with the Yogi Shadow Kill gets taken down, and Danzo gets first blood.
In the bot lane, Karti holding that Beetle Bush, not enough.
Oh, wait.
I mean, he doesn't have a follow-up. Right? He may be just trying to delay the Suya a little bit. Even so, 4 members of Team Romania are going to try to rotate bot lane. I mean, the Quad Shadows, Pops, Mlbb. That's painful. That's truly painful.
Red team hero has been slain.
Check the bush.
Man.
Aging Blissey.
Not looking
Mlbb
good
about to get
for them,
punished.
but here on the bot side, it feels like he's definitely gonna have a difficult time. He doesn't have the shortcut. Flicker already baited out. Means that for the turtle, it's gonna be easier for Romania to actually dominate that part of the map.
Nicky fell. I mean, he fell at the hands of Oryx in the 1v1. Even so, look how much heat is regenerating in the lane with that passive. I mean, he has such strong passive, but even so, he has the level advantage.
Oh wait, they go for it. Fist crack combo, but at the same time, shortcut being used. Ogi Shadow Kill is there. He gets his hand on the turtle. Danzo should be able to get one kill on the Mlbb. And yes, he does. Actually goes to the Gaftukacha. And now with the Feather Airstrike, super popping in the Revitalized to make sure he survives. They lose only one, and also the turtle, but still Romania got what they came for, and now a little bit more, even going for the invader, the purple buff, as Oris is there, using the corrosive strike onto Cardi to get away. It's super, super low on HP, but look at Mlbb. He's trying to buy some time, but I think against Danzo is not the best thing to do, as Blissey is able to get the purple buff, and actually that got a kill on Cardi as well.
I mean, Oryx, we know how dangerous he is on that board. I was thinking they should ban it, but I didn't think it out loud. But even so, AOG coming through.
Oh no, man, they get Oris indeed. Now Danzo is just having a great time. 3-0-1, and I spoke about them having an early game snowball, Zakota. I feel like this is the cleanest snowball we've seen so far. Oh, Skylove actually taking out low. Retribution used as well, but still able to survive.
That's heartbreaking. I feel for Beijing Blazes. That happened to me about 1,000,000 times as well. But even so, Mlbb, I don't think the cheap pick here was wise. Maybe on their own position with Super being the cheap and, you know, Baksha on the XP, I think would have been a bit better because it allows the cheap to actually do what is meant to do, right? Open up that shortcut to get a kill. But I think they just want to take the first objective out.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, the objective's been super important, but they're taking out already the top tier 1. Now using, oh wait, they're actually invading on towards the orange side as well, so they're not letting Blissey breathe whatsoever. Cardi with the fist win, pushing them back. Shortcut being used. AOG's there to cancel everything out, but at the same time, they get one. Feather Airstrike. Nicky is the first one to fall down. Biaza is able to get that kill. Mlbb trying to go to the back line. You can see the fist break, fist shot combo could come through at any point. The Revitalize making sure the Ogi Shadow Kill is canceled out, but in the back line, Skylove is the first one to fall. Blissey should be next to follow as they're looking for more. Double kill in the hands of Danzo.
5-0-2, 4.5 minutes in. The gold isn't that far apart. It's only about 3,000 gold difference. But even so, Hanzo is one level higher, almost 2 levels higher than Beijing Blissey. Cardi is just trying to camp out Oryx, trying to force out a flicker possibly.
Oh no, Cardi's actually taking out low, but he used the torn apart memory. Not enough damage, and look at Mlbb, man. He wanted to make a play, but every time he goes to the back line, there's too much from Romania for them to handle. Now actually taking away the purple buff, the Ogi Shadow Kill. They get the kill as well. Monster is Danzo at this point. They're able to get the tier 1 in the mid lane, even the tier 1 on the bot side. So all tier 1s cracked open by Romania. Lithuania needs to defend.
This is what I was talking about. As soon as the Suyu uses his first skill to dash away to try to escape, the Hanzo, not Hanzo, Danzo trying to go for a shadow mark for him to just capitalize on his mistake, right? Yeah. Even if they didn't have the Feather Airstrike, look at those shadows. They're so fast, they're so annoying to deal with. They don't have anyone to lock him properly down. Yes, they have the stun, yes, they have the Baksha, but still, they don't have an instant stun, right? Like a Kalea or like a Chu.
Yeah, man. Now, speaking of Kalea, we actually haven't seen Kalea quite a lot, but here the shortcuts drop down. AOG is there, but at the same time, Danzo trying to go for it, but he can see the damage. Triple kill in the hands of Nicky. They find 3 indeed, as Super comes through as well. Revitalize to survive, but not long enough. Make that a maniac. Nicky super low, but still gets 4 in the process, and I feel like now 7K ahead in goal lead. Romania are running away with the game.
I believe the top turret is going to fall down at the hands of Danzo, but the bot lane turret falls prey to the hands of Nick, which got a maniac. That Inspire, actually, you know, it's a good pick. But look at Chip trying to take out Danzo.
Nah, man, I don't think it's nah, level 6 to level 10. You must be kidding me, man. At this point, yeah, they don't have a shortcut, but you can see Feather Airstrike. Nice chain CC coming through from the side of Lithuania to finally get a shutdown. But it's not really made much of a difference because the goal lead's still in the favor of Romania.
I don't know if you noticed that, but Hanzo's ultimate got immune by Chip using the flicker. I mean, but to give props where props are due. Just canceling out that ultimate and getting a shutdown would change the game around. The gold gap is only 6,000 gold. And taking one important member of Team Romania off the map is, pretty huge for Lithuania as they're far behind. Look at Karti. AOG coming through.
Oh, wait, at this point, man. Blissey not allowed to play whatsoever. 162 on a Suyo. Not looking good, is it?
Not really, because they've been invading extremely heavily. And we're seeing the Hayabusa finally work out for one team. But the Baksha is zoning out the Hayabusa and the T12 from Team Romania to try to take that tier 1 on the top lane. I don't think it's enough. Still, Aurix, yes, he is a bit fed, but I think he's still far behind Nikki and Danzo. Danzo can just go for him. He doesn't have the Wind of Nature. He doesn't have anything to defend him with. Abyssal Arrow strikes that red buff to give a bit of wind, allow them to see if there's any on there. But look at the top lane. Hayabusa, Ubi Shadow Kill. Will he be able to kill my lobby? And he managed to do it.
I mean, of course
he'll get the top lane as well. Look at that.
Oh, wait, no. Not looking good at this point. They're actually able to get that inhibitor on the bot side. Now they're calling it a quick game. Danzo trying to buy enough time. He actually goes back to the Shadow, trying to cancel the recalls. The only one left standing, one is two in the mid in the bot side. But look at it, they're having the minions. And now they're trying to take the base crystal. That's easy, clean #1 game for Romania.
Big mistake coming in from Team Lithuania, just using that shortcut. I mean, I didn't see the chip. I didn't like it. It can work on next lane, but why should it when the Baksha is there and is available? On their roam, I think it would have been a bit more of a nuisance to deal with compared to the Baksha. The Baksha, yes, he did a good job, but still not enough. And them teleporting the top lane really just gave Romania a chance to crack open that Nexus at the base.
Nah, man, Romania just ran away with this game completely, not giving any of Lithuania a chance to breathe. Take a look at the highlights, Dakota.
I mean, we're seeing Danzo capitalize on his Hayabusa, just getting a lot of Ugi Shadow kills and the marks. No. He carried this entire game, right? Him and Nikki. And I feel that Skylove didn't have as much of an impact as I would have liked, but still he performed extraordinarily well. Even so, RX wasn't that far behind, but a few mistaken team calls really forced out Lithuania's weaknesses. I didn't like the Selena, I didn't like the chip on the XP lane, but still it would have been maybe a draft mistake. Maybe, hey, we're gonna play the chip, I want the block shot, but like, who knows what happened, right? Who knows what we're talking about? But still, Romania took game #1 with, I believe, a 10,000 gold difference. I mean, just catching out Isuyu basically all the time before objectives. And on the top lane, Hanzo just baiting out the shortcut and making sure the enemies don't recall. That is a game changer. Okay? We can't lie, we can't have any of these. Let's take a look at the stats, Chronos.
Yeah, man. I mean, looking at the stats, did we really have a doubt? This was a clean snowball. I think one of the fastest games that we've seen in the Iesf. 8 minutes and 13 seconds, Dakota.
Both of these teams are pretty competent teams. This is something unusual to see, right? The fleeting time on Chip. I think the Chip was the biggest draft mistake here because he didn't have really much of an impact. Yes, the shortcut is really strong, but was it worth it compared to having a Badang or a Gatutkacha who basically just entirely carried the front line of Team Romania?
Yeah, I think at this point the front line of Romania just did enough for the backline just to dish out the damage. And I was talking about them having an early game snowball, and Danzo just did that. It just came down to not even great plays from Romania, just mistakes made from Lithuania.
Even if Brody had that Wind of Nature and Malefic Roar, Malefic Gun in my mistake, it still wasn't enough. Let's take a look at the stats during the game. Damage towers from Team Lithuania is 3,324, Romania with 41,789. 1 turret taken in the top lane by Brody, if I'm not mistaken, 2 turret Zillow Lords, and 7 turrets taken during the entire game. The gold obtained per minute is pretty even, but of course Romania is going to lead in that as well by about 1,100 gold, and the gold obtained from minions and creeps is, again, in favor of Romania by, I believe, 2,100 or so gold. Again, the most damage dealt, 36,000 by Hanzo. Sakiki with the most assists being at 11, the most elimination Danzo as well with 7, and the most gold in the game, 7,200 being Nikki.
Man, that goal definitely being a difference maker as well, given the fact that it's a Melissa, it's a late game carry, right? That's a late game marksman that's actually doing a lot of damage in the early game, and on top of that, you give extra bit of gold. Yeah, you're not. It's you mentioned that it's a counter to the chip, but also at the same time, I feel like it's definitely a better laning opponent for the Brody. And then you even give the luxury of getting early kills and more gold. Nah, bro. 7,218 gold. Of course, the carry being Donzo as well, and he had the most damage, but it just felt so lackluster. It just felt like a one-sided game.
I mean, Kronos, you saw what Romania did in game number 1. What do you think is going to happen in game number 2? Do you think it's going to be a copy, or do you think Lithuania is going to turn it around and try to go for the victory sweep?
No, I think Lithuania definitely needs to find an answer to make sure they can get a comeback going for their side. Because if this is how it's gonna go, oh, man, it's not gonna be great news for Lithuania. Because Romania are running and gunning and taking everything away as they see. They take out France, and now looking at Lithuania next on. It feels like, you know, that Reaper, and there's a door, and then you put the flag, and then he's coming in, go one after another. It's all thanks to the fact that they have such a great macro on good understanding, good synergy, and of course, Zakota not being on the team.
Again, with the low blows, they hurt me a lot. But even so, as you said, Romania is just like the Grim Reaper knocking on the doors of these opposition of teams. But even if that's the case, Romania has been together for a long time. These couple of players have been playing the game basically for 5 years together. Even so, I think it's time to give these players a bit of the rest. They had an amazing game, both of these sides, but I think Lithuania needs to think a bit more draft, and we're going to catch you right back after the draft.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the World Esports Iesf Europe Qualifiers. Of course, my name is Kronos. John alongside me is Zakota to bring you the game number 2 of match number 2 of the day. Of course, Romania again being featured as they ran down France in the first match, and now looking to do the same against Lithuania.
I mean, I agree with you completely on this statement that this is going to be an intense game, and I'm looking really forward to it. I don't know what's about to happen, but I think we're going to see an amazing draft yet again, coming from both sides. Lithuania did fall a little bit behind with that chip on the XP line and with that Selena on the mid. Still, it's a unique concept, right? I like it. Maybe if they had a Luo Yi on the mid lane, it would have helped a bit with the rotations, maybe give the chip a little room to breathe as well, but still, they didn't think that far. Maybe it was a panic pick, maybe they just didn't want Romania to have it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be night. So we're gonna head shortly into game number 2. But Kronos, what do you think Team Romania is gonna do in game number 2? What do you think is gonna be their strong side?
Man, I feel like they're probably going to go red side again. Yes, thoughts that. Just because of the fact that Lithuania probably won that priority pick. And then again, even if you're on the blue side, you're really respecting a lot of bans coming through. So you really have to let that go. And now Romania being on the red side, they have the advantage of going for the 2 power picks and trading the 1 for it.
As I said the other day to Warren, the second pick is the strongest pick because you get to pick 2 heroes, not 1. That's going to be able to shape your team a little bit further. Yes, you can maybe first pick the Kim, yes, you can maybe first pick a Fanny. I don't think that's worth it, right? But we're going to see Lithuania banning out the Hanzo and the Chip, not letting it get into the hands of Sakiki. But even so, the Fanny and the Phomius follow shortly behind. We know how strong Mlbb is on the Phomius, yes? And we know how strong Beijing is on the Fanny. So, you know, these are respect bans coming from both sides. They respect each other enough to know these guys are good on this set of heroes.
Yeah, not just that. I feel like that at this point that not only that they're respecting them, but also just covering their own bases, knowing that these are the 2 bans that we've seen come out on a consistent basis from Romania, whichever side they've been. So that just means that they just don't want to deal with those heroes in general.
They're finally letting go of that, but then Lithuania is banning it out. I assume Romania is going to ban out either a Glue or a Zhuxin, maybe a Kimi as well, because we know those are strong heroes for either of the sides. But we didn't see the Kim getting picked out today beside in game number 2 of France.
Could have been the same, but I'm just now. I know you said something intense, Zakota, about the game against France. Like, I'm not gonna ignore it, but I'm gonna say this 3rd ban from Romania will really be a big game changer, depending on what they want to ban. The Mathila's open, the Jushin's left open. You still have the Assassins that's up for grabs. They take out the Lucas.
So I think they want to give Lithuania the first pick being Matilda, and I think Romania wants to go for a Kalea. I don't know why I'm feeling a Kalea. We talked about it behind the stage, but even so, it's going to be an interesting pick, right? You give the Matilda for a Kalea, you have anti-simulate, and you have someone to basically, you know, use that Tsunami Slam, pull the enemies out of the fight and towards your team. But the link is open, the Hayabusa is left open again. The Kimi as well still on the table, Louis as well. We know that Juxi in the hands of Skylo is a dangerous thing. We saw that outplay in game number 2 of France. Again, intense game, but Fredrin being up as a first, I don't think I agree with that. I don't know, man.
Fredrin first pick just prevents the counter of the Joy, right? I feel like over here, even if Romania goes for the Joy, it's kind of getting countered, but then there's the Hayabusa that's left open. I just feel like they don't want to give the Fredrin in the hands of Danzo. So I don't know. It feels like a kind of like a pick denial, or it doesn't make sense. I agree with you because the Matilda Jushin being given away is just so good, and now Kimi on the other side. There's a frontliner present. They could go for a Baksha as well in the EXP lane or in the roam position. I would still like that option, and then maybe put the Moskov through just so that you know, later on Romania will have a tougher time picking up or deciding a jungler.
Lithuania needs to pick out a flexible pick, but they're gonna go for the Kale. I mean, I predicted it the other way around. I thought Team Lithuania is gonna take the Matilda and Romania gonna take the Kale. But the Baksha gets picked up by Kopil with Danzo, and I assume Kari is going to ban out the Moskov.
Kalea picked up Baksha on the other side. Moskov's got to come out for Romania here. I feel like they're definitely going to ban out the Moskov, just because maybe this Kimi could be flexed into the mid lane. What do you think? The Kimi's going to be mid lane? I feel like Kimi's going to be mid lane given the fact that there's two tanky front lines, right?
I believe so. I do believe that the Kimi is going to go in the mid lane. The CC is getting banned out. Yes, it's a great answer for the Baksha. That just gives it away that yes, is going to be in the jungle position, not in the XP position, because we already have the roam filled out. So there's a 50 chance, but they took that blow. The Granger, we saw how destructive he was on that. I assume Romania, the Dragon, gets banned out. We know Mlbb loves that hero. He loves those old fighters like Arlot, like Yu Zhong, the Paquito as well, and the Terizla. The penalty zone could be a crazy play here. Hold on, it might be cooking.
I don't know, the CC being taken off. That means I feel like the Hylos is going to come through for Romania here. And then they're going to rely a lot of the damage on the goal laner. Just saying, maybe I could see it.
I think the Hilda is going to come out from Team Romania.
Hilda is good too. Hilda is really good as well. Because you can guess, right? It's probably going to be Hylos or Hilda just because the CC is banned out. Or even the Terizla here at a point, because... just because Yu Zhong's not there, is also could have a better laning opponent. Maybe Hilda. Hilda is a better shout. Physical damage as well.
Yeah, I think the Hilda is a better shout here as well. But what will Lithuania pick as their goal lane? Clint, Brody open on the table. What else would they really suffice? The carry would be great. Where's the Terizla? I mean the Baksha, my mistake.
The
1-1.
I like the 1-1 here. I really like the 1-1 coming through from Romania, just because of the fact that you have you have the ability to kite the Fredrin, you have the ability to kite the Kalea, you have an inbuilt Purify at the same time, so you're not susceptible to the Tsunami Slam. Yes, you gotta watch out for that double knockup, but I think a marksman like Nikki would never put himself in harm's way. And at the same time, you're really hard reading for this Kimi to go in the mid lane so you can dominate whoever's coming through. And just because the 1-1's picked up, they have to force out a Clint so they can have a slight bit of a range advantage. But that puts Lithuania in a difficult position, because Clint, you're taking the flicker, but once the flicker's out, the Matilda can just jump on you at any given point.
That's when they need a frontline protector. I mean, they're gonna go the Kasha XP lane. What are they cooking? It feels burned. Even so, I did say that the Clint was picked up by RX. We know how strong he is on that hero, but Nikki as well, you know, he loves the Trinity Gold marksman. But even so, the Hilda, Sun Wukong.
What's going on? This
Wait,
is gonna be a Sun in the
jungle.
We're seeing it. We're seeing it. A Sun in the jungle, folks. Sun Wukong being pulled out by Romania. I mean, hey, numbers advantage definitely on their side. Has a lot of mobility, a lot of tankiness, and definitely can dive on this Clint. I like the idea, and also the Divine Judgment. Now he has to be a little more careful when he uses it, right? Even the Tsunami Slam, because you can just pick out a clone instead of the actual Sun. So that's actually really good.
I mean, I agree with you. I didn't think about it. You can actually immune the Divine Judgment to Kaja with that ultimate of Sun.
Same thing with the Tsunami Slam too. Same thing with the Tsunami Slam.
But this is such an odd draft. I didn't expect a Sun Wukong, never in a million years. I was thinking, what are they gonna go for? The Nolan is open on the table to dive the clean, the Kimi. Man, they went for the Sun?
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, game number 2 and match number 2 in what is match point for Romania. They pull out a Sun Wukong in the jungle. Not seen before in the pro scene in a long time, but here we are taking a look at it in the World Esports Iesf Europe qualifier.
I mean, hey, he's doing a lot of damage to those jungle creeps with their recent buff. He got it if I'm not mistaken, but Skylove is just winning that mid lane trade-off.
Yeah, man, he's winning that mid lane trade-off, and also, of course, it's because of the Jushin. You just get to zone them out.
I mean, Nikki also forced to use his Inspire, but still, he is going to freeze that wave if I assume correctly. Look at that. I don't see the Kaja here. I don't think he works in today's meta. There are way too many volatile stuns that could just stop him. We have the Juxin, you have the Baksha, you have the Matilda. Also, the one on Impossible, she can also immobilize, so it's basically a stun to Kaja. So maybe if they went for the Franco instead.
Yeah, I mean, Franco, even then, right? Even then, the Sun Wukong is just gonna eat, the clones are just gonna eat it up. I feel like there's no answer to the Sun at this point. There's not enough CC. The only one that's there is the taunt. That could be a problem. But hey, I'm just waiting to see how this will go down. Otherwise, it'll just be a complete snowball like how we saw in game number 1.
I mean, it depends if Beijing gets anti-Korea's first item. I think that's what you should be looking for, because 2 of the team Romania damage dealer are both physical, right? Skylove doesn't do that much. Yes, he is annoying, but there's not that much damage coming from him. But the anti-Korea's, at least that Dreadnought armor should be a first item. Beijing Blissey going on to Karti.
Hey, doesn't have the instantaneous moves just yet, but you can see the taunt coming out, and Mlbb zoning them away. Don's on the bot side. It was just a slight bit of a blessing for Lithuania there.
I mean, I think they're gonna give the first circle away. Never mind, I think they're gonna try to contest because they're trying to pick off Mlbb. Mlbb gets a Tsunami Slam ready to roll, but even so, look at Nikki. He's close to unlocking that crossbow of Fang, and that thing does a million damage, right, Kronos? You know more than one about me.
Yeah, man.
Look at this.
At this point, like, crossbow tank is going to be super important, but you can see Mlbb, title strike already used at this point, and using the instantaneous move, Danzo goes for the turtle, and at this point I feel like they definitely have the advantage. Look at Beijing Blissey being zoned out as well, wants to go for the dash. At the same time, Mlbb comes through, the taunt is there, and now he can go at the same time, gets the wrong target with a Tsunami Slam, missing out on the retribution as it gets to the hands of Beijing Blissey, and now the rest of Romania will have to run away. Not looking to concede a single kill, but that is still good news for them. But meanwhile, the bot side, the 1v1, you don't really want to take that against the Clint because he's super strong in the early game.
Especially when he has the Warcry emblem. But man, you are right about Kalea picking out the wrong Sun Wukong. I mean, that hasn't happened to me in a long year, but I remember when I started out, how do I stop the Sun Wukong clones? I was always like diving to my friends, what do I do against him? I can't kill him, he always teleports, you know, I kill one, but there's 2 more. But even so, he immune that perfectly, right? I mean, you have to give props where props are due. Mlbb tried his best, but the Tsunami Slam just picking out the wrong target. I mean, not, to be expected, but they might try to pick him off, they might try to bait out the Tsunami Slam again. Karti is waiting, Danzo's waiting. Look at on the bot lane, they're migrating towards where the Kaja at least is. And he has a Divine Judgment ready to go and ready to roll.
Look at that Mlbb. Every time tries to do something, he gets onto the clone, right? The Simian God in the Land of Dawn. For the first time in a long time. Man, I'm excited to call a Sun Wukong game here.
I was liking the changes they were gonna try to implement on the new Sun Wukong, but I still feel grateful he has that anti-CC immunity, right? But look at Super, he getting dived by the Matilda.
Yeah, and I don't think it's the right time to die for them. Just needs
Cardi!
just needs to. Oh no, man! Speaking of needs, Cardi needed some backup there.
We're gonna see a classic build on Frederick with the Thunderbolt. I was expecting the Anti-Cure being the first item. I mean, knowing they have two like strong attack speed items, right? Even the Dominance Eyes could have been Radiant Armor going towards my lobby to stop Kylo from doing a ton of damage to him with the Lantern. But even so, Oryx, I think, is winning in the gold department.
Yeah, definitely gonna be there. And look at Skylove gets caught out by Mlbb. He doesn't use the Purify yet. Has a Crimson Beacon also. Not forced it out, but the turtle gonna be in the hands of Beijing Blissey once again. And thanks to the extra bit of range, range is the only thing that Lithuania have on their side. But look at that, Danzo making use of his doppelgangers, trying to go on to the turret and even take it down as fast as possible, looking to get the better trade. So they gave away the turtle, took the top tier 1, and now on the bot side, they're trying to go through, but you can see the Divine Judgment catching Nikki, and with the range, again, a double kill as they force the bot side and get the advantage. But meanwhile, Mlbb in the mid lane, try to go for a Tsunami Slam, but it's on Cardi, not the right target, as Danzo just going ham at the tier 1 turret, looking to take it down as well, should be able to get it, and yes, he does, but at what cost? He might be losing his life as he did. They give away a kill, and Lithuania happy with the kill, but they're losing out on map control.
I mean, 2 turrets for the size of Romania in the early game is still a pretty huge thing. I mean, compared to the draft, I think Lithuania won this one. I just don't like the Kaja, right? But I can see why they picked him. They just picked him for the ones which cannot purify away. Clean being 3-0 is also huge. Know how strong RX is on that gold lane. And they're gonna trade off by getting both the bot and top turrets. The mid falling for Team Lithuania is pretty huge as well, but the bot is gonna shortly follow through. But Lithuania is looking to catch someone rotating towards the top lane, maybe Cardi. Kalea, Tsunami Slam, I believe.
Oh yeah, gets it on Cardi again. He's gonna be the target, but that's a box here. He's taking a lot of damage. Traction Pulse already being used. Biaza has the damage coming through, but at the same time, Scarlet Eagle as they're able to get one. And here comes the instantaneous move, but the damage is too much for the clapback. He uses the guy anyway to get out, but they get that damage down onto the Clint. As meanwhile, the crossbow of tanks not unlocked yet. Inspire is already used. They're gonna go on to Beijing Blissey. He gets pulled back by the Lantern Flare. He gets taken down, and that is good news for Romania as they get 2 on the board and trade 2 still nonetheless.
Mandanzo using that Sun Wukong to just dive RX was really nice. But even so, they went jungler for jungler, but I think Lithuania lost more here than Romania. The gold gap is basically closed down. Nikki just need to clear that top lane. And we're seeing a bit of an odd build on Frederick. He's going for the blade armor for the second item to tank out that one on the crossbow of tank. But even so, Kaja with the Thunderbelt is a bit odd, right? He was expecting to go anti-heal.
Yeah, I think at this point, I don't think he not really necessarily go for an anti-heal, but a little more tankiness so he can survive. I think just maximize the passive that he has. And here, Mlbb tries to get it. Oh, he gets a Tsunami Slam, and this time's the right Sun, and they take him down. And that's the extra split second that Mlbb used before the title strike, right? Because you can lock down the hero, and that means the skill that you use will definitely go on towards him, and not the doppelganger. So it's looking good for Lithuania this time. They might just be able to take a game away from Romania, given the fact that they're forcing the occasion. And also these pocket picks coming through, but they force out the beacon and the purifies that. Meanwhile, the back line, you can see that the 1-1 is out, but not able to unlock the crossbow of Tang. Meanwhile, the rest are falling in one after another. 2 traded, and Beijing Blissey is there taken down low. They're not letting him unlock the crossbow of Tang whatsoever. The taunt comes through as well, and they get the kill thanks to the energy eruption. As Cardi is able to trade it back, but Nikki, man, he's not able to unlock the crossbow of Tang.
Danzo, what are you doing? Please, please. I assume that's what's happening in the voice chat right now. A bit of trash talk towards Danzo. He could have helped Nikki survive, and that would have cost him a bit more time, right? Would have lost the Frederick, but Romania would have lost nothing. The one being lost is a really bad thing, right? You have to take in consideration he has to be the late game carry. The Sun Wukong, yes, is gonna be able to push theirs, but the team fights have to be carried by the one on Tsunami Slam.
Oh, gets the right target as well. Danzo gets taken down again. That extra split second that you see Mlbb taken, it's not very noticeable, but if you pay attention, if you pay close attention, he's taken an extra second to use that Tsunami Slam so he can lock down the right Sun Wukong, and Danzo now is not having a great time.
I mean, Danzo did manage to push some of the turrets, but I still believe the Fredrin would have been a better pick, or maybe a fighter jungler. The Noran as well could have been good here to dive that Kimi or dive that Clint. But they have no answer. They have no backline, damage. They have the frontline damage with the Kimi. They have the frontline tank, which is Karting, but they don't have someone in between. Yes, they have the Matilda, but Matilda is a disengager. She can engage, but usually she's used for disengages. Because that's what's going to win the fight. And just kiting your enemy is doing as much damage. Just Kyle Love hasn't fallen once this entire game, and I think that's going to be a pretty big game decider.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh my god, no, man. The damage coming through, the true damage is way too much. And now finally the Tsunami Slam once again onto Cardi this time, with the Revitalize being popped, but not able to survive long enough as they get that big Appraiser's Wrath, get that one kill. And now with the Lord being knocked up, oh, finally they unlock the crossbow of tank, but you can see with the Inspire as well, going ham at it one at a time. They get 2 kills, and now looking for a third. That's a double, make that a triple, because Piazza's going to be the next one to fall as they get it on. Beijing Blissey is there with the damage being done, and they get the shutdown indeed. And now with the Appraisers, right, they're able to get that kill, but meanwhile on the top side, you can see Danzo is trying to go for the base crystal, but no minions being present. They have to focus their attention on the Lord, as the Lord should be taken away by Beijing Blessy, but it's a little too risky. He goes through, misses out, and now Romania with the clapback with the Crimson Beacon from Skylove at the right time. Beijing Blessy, Competition Rock in a hard place, will be going down soon enough as Romania find a lifeline and have turned it around.
Man, Skylove getting that distribution on that Lord really turned the game around, even if Team Romania was winning that fight. Man, I was not expecting it. I thought Beijing Blissey was going to hit that retribution, bro. My heart sank as a Romanian. I was like, oh my god, we're going to lose. Oh my god. And I saw Skylove using that Crimson Beacon, just teleporting and getting that retribution on the Lord. Okay, bro, I changed my opinion on you. You're even better than I thought. You're not that Cecile and one trick I thought you were. You are even better, but I mean, gotta give props. Their props are due. Nikki won basically the game. As soon as he got that triple kill, as soon as he exhausted the Tsunami Slam for Kale, I think that was the game changer. And him, Mlbb not being able to return to base, also a pretty big thing. But Hanzo didn't do much, right? I mean, the Lord is not going to charge, we know that, but they're going to take the mid turret. And in the bot turret, there's a fight.
Yeah, you can see Beijing Blissey's already taken on low, but right now he's trying to clap back with the Appraiser's Wrath, but the damage from the Lantern Flare is too much, as Saki is going to be the fall as well. But here's the crossbow. Tang unlocked, this the immunity that comes through. You can see the damage being dished out. And now Super, along with Oriza, has to go back, but here comes the instantaneous move. They go through. Meanwhile, the Conceal's already popped, and they're not able to find any opening. This is maximizing the utility that Romania have. Frontline, a dive, and also the ability to kite in and out of team fights.
I gotta give props and props are due. Nikki and Danzo just, I mean, combination is amazing. Oof, I thought have the repulsor base. Oh my god, Kimi, please, you're killing me. But even so, the Clint is doing a ton of damage and he's sustaining a lot. We know how good he is on the Brody and on the Clint. We have said it. But even so, 60 seconds to lure, 1 minute of big team fight. I think Romania is trying to cook up one last team fight to take it to end a big push. We know Nikki has, I believe, the most gold in the entire game, leading by 2,000 whole gold. And I mean, that's not that far behind with 9.4 thousand gold. I mean, come on. The Fredrin, I don't like the Thunderbelt anymore on him. I think the Antiquious would have been a bit of a better choice. Yes, you get a bit slowed down. Yes, you get a bit tanky. But if you manage to build your stacks and in pro play, I think it's harder to build stacks than in a regular game. I've gotten up to 100 or so stacks on Fredrin in a rank, but never in an actual scrim or in an actual tournament game.
Man, they're able. It's this Fredrin's just cooking, right? 7-4-3, just way too much. I felt like the Sun could have done a lot, but and even the Wan. But you can see the concealed play coming through as well. Oh, they're going really aggressive, but find Cardi instead, as the Divine Judgment's already not used. The Revitalize, I thought he used the Divine Judgment, did not. Title Strike not used as well. Meanwhile, Lithuania have to respond to the split push coming from Donzo. As
Fredrin is
Romania,
getting melted.
yeah, because the split push damage is way too much, and Donzo just wants to go and get the inhibitor on the top side. Meanwhile, the rest
not
of
letting them
Romania
recon.
are going to the base crystal. Oh no, the circling eagle, they go for the commit as well. Now they get the tsunami slam down onto Cardi. Here comes the Crimson Beacon, but Donzo the back line trying to do some damage, and they finally find Cardi indeed, as here comes Biaza along with Super and the rest of the team trying to get them down one after another. But oh my goodness, Donzo going through it, misses out and not able to dish out the damage. But here comes the crossbow of Tank, could be unlocked at any given point, but little too early in the wind of nature. And Romania, not sure what they were thinking. A bad shot call, and they will have to concede this Lord now.
And the damage coming in from the Clint is humongous, right? The gold gap is barely existing and barely matters so far into the late game. We know Skylove can defend, but will he manage to do it solo? In 2 seconds, we're gonna have Saki back up online as well. Carty is gonna try to help, but still, Beijing Blizzy keeps doing that front line, and Mlbb as well just keeps protecting that Clint. I think it's gonna be over for Team Romania. But man, oh man, this has been a brutal game and a showmanship of strength between these two titans of the tournament. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen if this goes to best of 3.
I mean, man, it possibly could, because you see the damage coming out from Lithuania is way too much, and they're really good at sieging because they have a proper siege composition. They have 2 marksmen in the back line. They have a lot of chain CC. They have 2 pickoffs that could come through as well. So now the composition comes to fruition, but you can see the threat of Donzo as a backdoor being possible the entire time just takes away their attention and frees up the space for Romania a little bit.
2 people basically going back to defend, but the Clean changes his mind and turns his way around. Sakiki just giving a bit of vision. I mean, what's the best thing you can do, right? Try to pick off Danzo. I mean, that would be the smartest choice, and I think that's what they're going to do. They're gonna die.
Oh, they're melting him down. He's taken so low. He might have to go away. No endless variety to going over the engage, but now they're trying to get on him. He goes through as Donzo's able to get out. Mlbb goes through the Tsunami Slam. They buy enough time, but hey, Donzo did his job. He distracted them long enough for them to take away the Lord and buy themselves some breathing room.
If he had one more damage item, one little blade, I think it would have been enough to kill Beijing Blazing, man. He melted him, even if he's attacking Mlbb.
Oh, yeah, looking to go on them, but you can see Nikki is really safe. But oh, Super gets the Divine Judgment and beautifully killed as well at the same time. Winter Crown from Cardi to make sure he survives, but you can see the 2 knockup coming through. A Circling Eagle is there, but not enough damage. The Skylove goes for the Lantern. Crimson Beacon, and gets only Super. Tsunami Slam comes down as there's 4 down and out for the side of Romania. And Lithuania are finding answers one after another, picking them off. But Donzo's back up online once again. And they're looking for the threat to go into the base crystal as they're looking to take down the inhibitor. Traction pulse to pull them back in place. They take it out, and they might just be able to end. Saki trying to buy enough time, but the damage coming in from the Clayton is way too much. The minions spawn back up, and I think this one minion is enough for Lithuania to take it to game number 3.
That Clean completely carried out the game. I don't know why they went for the Sun pick. Come on, my friends! Why are you doing this to me? You're giving me heart attack. Skylove managing to get that Lord was such a big game changer, but even so, with that much of an advantage, they couldn't manage to get the hold of the entire game. You have to give props to Oryx. He was the entire backbone. Him and Fredrin were carrying the team of Lithuania. Yes, the Kimi was doing a ton of damage, but still not enough. But while we talk about that, let's get back into the highlights.
Man, the highlight definitely was there. It was a back and forth match, but to be honest, it was back and forth just because of the split push capability that Romania brought through, right? Otherwise, Lithuania just having a good game, to be honest. They had a great composition. They had great team fights. It just came when Donzo started splitting the map. They just had to focus down and get the right targets. And again, once Mlbb figured out how to use the Tsunami Slam by locking down the heroes, it was just a completely different story after that.
I mean, as soon as Clinton got his items, I think that's what turned the game around. And Beijing Blizzy being able to tank. And I think this was a big deciding factor as well. Just getting that shutdown on one was a big mistake for Team Romania. Just letting them do whatever they wanted with that one should have not been the case, but the Tsunami Slams have been on point. Even so, the Clint, just a ton and a ton of damage. Not much you can do. Look at the crossbow tank, perfectly placed. I thought at the top lane are gonna be able to back. I didn't see that shield up. Even still, they did force a recall. Look at Beijing Blitz. He's so tanky, so much damage, so much sustainability. And the press drive, boom, big bong. This part,
man.
oh my god, Skylove.
There were so many moments, man. There were so many moments where Donzo could have actually gotten a kill, clean kill on Beijing Blissey. But like you mentioned, just extra, but with just one blade would have been a big difference maker. He had that damage. He was able to go for the He was able to go for the base crystal straight, right? Because that's what a Sun kind of does when it comes to the split push. And then this fight was kind of forced out, where they went and kind of killed themselves one after another, not even together, just lining up for a buffet. And guess what? Oris had a buffet of heroes coming out from Romania, and he was instantly able to carry out once he had the damage. And at this point, he even had the Berserker's Fury. And you know what happens when you rack in Clint with a Berserker's Fury, the extra bit of range, true damage. Nah, man. It's too difficult for them to come back from.
Look how much damage he's doing. 2,000 damage per crit. That's a lot, considering most of these heroes don't pass more than 7,000 HP. But still, that was only game number 2 of this series. I mean, that is gonna go to a full best of 3. I mean, I was looking forward to it. 84,000 total damage on the Clint, followed shortly behind by the King with 50,000. Kalea and Frederick basically sharing the same spot, and Kaja on the last one. I mean, Kaja worked out perfectly for them. They were just singling out Nikki on that, you know, one-on, not much you can do. But still, the damage and the push from Sun Wukong was there, but still, the Thunder Belt is an odd choice of an item as a third, right? Right, Kronos? I think you're on me with this. I think maybe the Rose Gold Meteor would have worked a little bit better here, right?
For what? For the Sun?
Yes, sir.
No. I think Thunderbelt's good. It stacks up well with the Demon Hunter Sword. You get a lot of slows down, and it stacks up with the Corrosive Strike as well. And it stacks up with his clones. That's why the Thunderbolt's a great item for the Sun. You know what I mean?
Yes, but as a third item, not as a first item, it's a bit odd.
No, I think third item is still okay. I think I would have preferred it in a second item even, but it's not a. He building a third item is still not bad. You know, it's not the worst case scenario. Just because of the fact that he can still build and get tankier as he gets into the game, because that's when he has enough damage. That's when he has enough attack speed to do a lot more, and you're really relying on the passive of the Thunderbolt. So it's okay. I just think they should have just picked their last few fights better, because they definitely had the advantage.
They definitely had the push advantage, but let's take a look at the stats. 3 turtles, 1 lord, and 6 turtles going to the side of Lithuania, and 1 lord, 8 turtles going to the side of Romania. I mean, I was expecting Romania to actually take a few more turtles, but again, Lithuania had a team fight completely. They had something to secure on the turtles, had something to execute the turtles with the retribution. Team Romania did not. I was expecting Sun Wukong to maybe steal one, but still, the gold obtained per minute of Team Lithuania is 10,000, and the gold obtained on Team Romania is 7,908. The damage taken per minute is pretty even. Romania took a little bit more damage, but even so, the damage tower was leading by Romania by about 7 or something. I mean, 6 or 5,000. I'm not sure. I'm not going to count it, but even so, the gold obtained for creeps in the late game was basically the same. The most damage dealt in the entire game was again by Oryx with 84,000. The most gold, 13,491. The most elimination, again, Oryx, 13. It would be fun if he had, again, the most assists, but the wingman is Bayaza with 18 assists. Got to give props are due, Kronos.
I agree, man. I agree. And with that, Lithuania, although there was a funny draft coming in from Romania, Lithuania still came up with the game. And now maybe it will, game number 3, like you said, 2 giants going head to head. We might just see a slight bit of a different game plan, right?
I mean, I expect Romania to actually lock in. I believe they are trolling for the second game with the Sun pick is something not expected, but I know that Hanzo does play the Sun, but he doesn't play it, you know, as much as I like him to. I mean, it's not a meta pick, right? It's an off meta pick. It's something unexpected to be a pocket pick, right? Maybe they thought, hey, the Sun Wukong is going to be unexpected. We're going to go for a backdoor. We're going to try to do something else, etc. But the team wasn't, you know, on the same page. Skylove was doing an extraordinary job, same with Saki and with Karpi. But Nikki was getting picked out a lot. It reminded me a lot of the, I believe, M4 series. Happened the same with one on there. Getting picked out by the Divine Judgment, just getting dragged away from their team into the enemies. and basically giving away the lead. But even so, Kronos, do you have any last word before we go on a short little break?
Yeah, I think we should go into the draft as well.
Come on. Those last words,
we
go on a short little break.
We're gonna go to the draft afterwards, of course. Then we go to a break right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the World Iesf Esports Qualifier, of course, for Europe. And my name is Kronos, bringing you the action alongside me. My trusted partner is Dakota. Dakota, game number 3, man. That's the first game number 3 in a long time, isn't it?
I believe it's the second best of 3 series we've had along on this stream. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen in game number 3. I mean, I think Romania is going to take, like, I have to go with them, man. I have to support them till the end, till I die. But even so, I mean, Lithuania put on an amazing shot. They had an amazing draft that Clint was doing a ton of them. The Fredder in the front line, man. It made me speechless, right? I mean, I didn't expect Mlbb to be so good on the Calais XP. I mean, hey, you live and you learn, right, Kronos?
Yeah, you do, but also I just feel like he's in the, you know, Romania are kind of having a difficult time because all of a sudden Dakota started supporting them. Just, you know, Dakota, you're... okay, you know what? Jokes aside, Dakota's a great analyst, guys. But I feel like, what do you think, Dakota? I want to ask you, what do you think went wrong in game number 2 for Romania? Apart from that goofy draft, I think it was just goofy draft, no?
Just goofy draft. A goofy draft, I think. You know, they could have done a 2-series game, but I think they just want to give Lithuania a breathing chance. You know, get them a little, you know, hope, and then just crush it like in, you know, Romanian spirit, in Dacian spirit. Even so, I mean, what do you think Lithuania did correct in game number 2? What do you think helped them turn the game around?
I feel like definitely that one fight towards the end, right? They just walked in like dominoes, one after another, kept going through, and that was just a little too difficult for them to come back from that.
Have to agree with them, but I was thinking you're gonna say, oh, RX was carrying the game, but again, it's a 5 versus 5. It's not a solo, duo, trio game. You are playing with 5 people against 5 people, and these people are extremely strong. They're some of the best, if not the best, in Europe. I mean, amongst their countrymen, I think they're the best. They took the cake. But man, I really want to see Nikki on Granger on Harit, even on the carry. I know he's disgusting on that carry. And Mlbb, I want to see him on the Dragon, you know?
Yeah, of course, Mlbb, the Dragon, is absolutely insane, man. That guy, it's a signature pick, right? Signature pick, Mlbb on the Dragon. But hey, I don't know if you'll get to see it. We'll find out, of course, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the draft, the game number 3, as Romania on the blue side this time, Lithuania on the red. Romania switched it up.
They're not giving Romania a chance to really. They're banning out that house every chance to get, but Romania is doing the same with the Fanny and the Phobius pick as well. Man, I think he's gonna be the chip following the Hanzo out the door, and after that, Romania is gonna ban out the Clint, or maybe the Brody. Oh, the Badang. Okay. I have to rethink everything I was thinking about Kronos. I mean, I don't know about you, but this is gonna be an interesting draft. Again, it's basically a clone carbon copy of the last one, but the draft can change suddenly if Saki decides to go for chip or not, because I think that's going to be the deciding factor. Or he goes for the Kini as a first pick. We saw how strong Bayaza was on it, right? It does so much damage, but Skylov, that Zhukshin, completely and utterly disgusting.
I don't know. I think yes, the Skylov's Jushin is good, but also a higher boost. There's ways to counter a Jushin, right? At this point in this draft, it's just Romania don't have to draft goofy, man. Just draft what you want to draft and take away the game, right? At this point, they take away the Lucas again. I feel like this Lucas is a respect ban for Lithuania coming from Romania at this point. Or they just want to leave a certain few heroes open, right?
I agree with that statement, but I think Romania doesn't want to give the Kali out again, because she was a pretty big game changer at Tsunamis, and I'm just picking up the one, or picking up the Baksha even. I think that was the biggest target. And just like taking him back to the backline of his own team, but like not much you can do, right? I mean, if the Baksha gets picked off, you can't really go on something. Yes, you have the Matila, yes, you have the Guiding Wind, but I don't think that's still enough to save someone. Are we going to see maybe a Zhukshin, not a Zhukshin, a Zhukshin actually, Matila, or a Chiban? I think either of these two could go here.
Who said there are no shortcuts in life?
There's
I
Chip.
literally invented one.
Chip's been taken off. That's good news for them. Matilda left open. Romania needs to pick it up as soon as possible. Saki is one of his comfort picks, but also in the previous game didn't have a great one. That's because they didn't pair it with the right heroes. I feel like Jushit's the left open. Skylove's been playing fantastically with that the entire day.
I mean, Busa left open on the table. Jukshin, as you said, Harif. Then Kimi is again left open on the table. What else could be great for them, Mr. Kronos?
I feel like Harrods, we haven't seen a lot of Harrods pop up these days. Today, at least, even yesterday, if I'm not wrong. So, Granger is the one that they're prioritizing quite a lot. Matilda is too good to let go of just because you can build your team around it. Lithuania here, on the other hand, could just lock down a Bakshi and a Fredrin and just run it back.
Fredrin on the case.
I mean, Mr. Arman, what do you think of the Fredrin being picked up second? And I think it's going to be followed up by the mid laner, I guess the Kimi again.
Yep, gotta go through. I said Fredrin Baxia, you said for Kimi, so I guess we got 1-1 score. But I did call the Matilda one, so I'm still two scores ahead.
I called the chip.
No, I mean I called the Phobius and the Fanny and the Hanzo.
I called them. And I didn't.
Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Over here,
okay, Arman.
It's okay, Andre. But here, for Romania, though, at this point, I feel like they definitely could. They have to start locking in some goal laners, right? The Granger is a great option here, just to pick it up. The Hayabusa is another great option as they pick it up. Indeed. Look at that. Told you, man. I gotta be the analyst sometimes.
Maybe it's that brain implant they got. I heard Elon Musk is doing a lot with it. No, you're the first to test it, right, Kronos? You're digging into the future. You're analyzing the database. You're hearing what's the position of the screen the team in Romania is speaking. You know.
Exactly. The chip is in my brain. The chip is in my brain.
They're tapping. There's the Hayabusa. Yep. And the Granger is going very fast.
What do you think is gonna come here? Kalea is a great option here. You force out the Purify on the
Brody. The Brody or the Louis. I think either of these two could work really well.
Kalea, man. Come on. Kalea was so great.
I don't feel like Kalea here. Okay, I'm that
come on, man.
That's it. I'm quitting.
The Kalea is great because the Granger's not gonna play on a Purify. Granger's gonna play on a Flicker, right? And the Matilda's okay gonna play on a Purify. I mean, Matilda's gonna play on a Purify for sure. But the Hayabusa, now you're preventing him from, you're bringing him a little more risk for him to go for the Quad Shadow. So I feel like the Kalea is a great pick here just because of that. And also you have the ability, okay, even if the Granger goes for the Purify, that makes him more susceptible to the Fredrin at that point, and even a possible glue that could come in later on. They ban out the Juice shit, and here I feel like a Hilda has got to go. Flint is definitely a big respect ban coming through from that side. Maybe take out another mid lane option, right? Another mid lane option.
I'm thinking the Farsa for Lithuania. I think as we've seen how good Skylove is on that bird woman as well. I mean, he likes butterflies, he likes birds. What doesn't he like?
I was thinking Vexana over here too, no? Vexana is a great ban as well.
Vexana or Louis? Or
Louis is a great
again, as I said, the Farsha.
Yeah, I think one of those three
picks, you know.
These three.
Vexana, I don't see. Vexana, I cannot see the Vexana, right? Because we don't see her pick that often because she lacks the movement ability, right? Compare the Farsa, compare the Jukshin, compare to Louis, she lacks that momentum, that mobility. And again, the Clint and the Brody, I think, are soon to go, but the Farsa gets banned as I predicted. And I'm feeling, again, a marksman ban.
Brody, right? It's got to be a Brody.
Oh, Beatrix.
I mean, the combo for the Kalea, yes, is great. So I see why it's not a bad choice. However, here, I feel like they have the glue, they have the Hylos, they have the Gato Kacha. That's a plethora of options to choose from. They could just go for the glue, man. Just opt for the glue. He's so good.
I think Romania needs it. I think Romania needs it. Romania needs the glue here.
Yeah, but Lithuania are not gonna do bad with the glue either.
Shh, don't tell them, man. They're gonna hear you with your chip.
No, but Romania definitely could slot. If Lithuania don't pick the glue, the Romania 100% gotta pick it up, right? If they don't pick up the glue, it's gonna have a difficult time. If not the glue, they could still go for the Gatot Kacha or the Hylos, although the Gatot's not the best in my opinion here. Oh, is this a special? The special, man. We're gonna get the special. My lobby on the Yu Jong. as they go
Hold
for
on,
the
let me get
Sicilian.
higher in my seat to see a little bit better. Skylove on his global number 4 Sicilian, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I'm gonna see Carty glue
Glue, man.
or Gatotkacha. Gatotkacha, I
Glue.
think. Gatotkacha.
I
Has
think
to be.
glue.
Has to be Gatotkacha.
Glue.
Yes, they're gonna have too much magic damage to do, I feel. I mean, but like,
It's
it's still
fine,
a great
glue.
hero.
It's not a too much. It's glue. Like you gotta go for the glue.
But they need something to hold it. If they have an engager, they don't have anything to do. Literally a big stun, something as an engage to pull up on the Matilda.
That's true as well. That's true. But I just feel like glue just has a better sustain comp. But I got the touch as probably. Oh,
Hylos.
I was thinking about it. Didn't know if it was gonna be the best pick, to be honest.
I don't see it here, man. They're lacking crowd control abilities on Romania side. They're lacking something to hold the team fight going. Lithuania has Fredrin, Kalea, Yuzhong. Again, a really good team composition. Yuzhong being a great engager, that Black Dragon form. Kalea with Tsunami Slam, just the dive as well. And the Fredrin with a Praise Raj just being able to dish out a ton of damage after he took punishment from the Sicilian. I think that's the biggest part.
What could come here for the mid lane? For the gold
It's
lane, though.
my way or the highway.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I mean, I can see it. It's pretty good against the Hylos, right? Because the Hylos can... I mean, he's going to have to go through the full barrage, right?
Come on, Zakota. You're reaching.
We're reaching. Wait. Yuzhong jungle? No. Oh,
No, I mean, I don't say the Ixia is terrible, but it's not the best option here, is it? If you really wanted the range...
Picked out a mid. Could have picked out the mid laner and kept the Kimi.
That's an option as well, but even if they wanted a marksman, Brody is so good here. Like, genuinely, he's just is decent. He's not terrible.
He lacks the mobility. I mean, Iksha as well does, but I mean, the Sicilian, I think, is going to do too much damage to Brody. He won't have as much range as Iksha with that full barrage.
I just build the first item, this one, no? Malefic Gun.
Will it be enough, Mr. Armando? Will it be alright?
Well, we never know. We're gonna find out what's gonna be. Is this Ixia gonna be the big difference maker indeed, ladies and gentlemen, as we're gonna get into game number 3 of the second match of the day. Romania 1 point, Lithuania 1 point, match point. The winner makes it forward.
I believe the Yuzhong is gonna win this matchup, even if if Carty has a ton of HP, he won't do a lot, but still, Yuzhong with that Cha Essence Residue passive is gonna be able to melt down. Bayasa just managing to poke down Skylove and Psychic in the mid lane. On the bot lane, I think Nikki is winning the trade-off. Never mind, he's not. He's gonna still freeze that lane. Wait!
No, wait,
Carty.
Mlbb. Oh no, he's gonna go down. Oh my god, he gets the kill. That's the power of the Revitalize, man. That's why the Hylos is so much better.
I mean, Revitalize is such a strong ability right now in the game. It heals so much and gives you so much sustainability. Especially on the Hylos, who benefits a lot from having lost HP. And I mean, he has a ton of HP, right? He has, like, I think the highest HP growth in the entire game. But look at Super's positioning, right? He's just rotating with Beijing Blissey, trying to pick off Skylove. They saw him, I believe, in the mid lane.
Oh no,
Mlbb.
Okay, Shadow kill Mlbb, man. Again, gets singled out, and he's not having a great time. This is important for Romania, not just for that fact. They even steal away that one jungle creep on the top side. So that means, and you can see how they're protecting the bot side jungle creep just to make sure Beijing Blissey doesn't get level 5 before Danzo does.
I mean, look at the damage coming in from Super and Bayasa. Skylove is taking a huge hit, but look at the top lane turn, hooking up a fight, and Danzo at 1 level higher than Beijing Blissey. A lot of HP lost on Super as well, so a quad Shadow would mean the difference here. Can pick him up, yes, but Carty goes with an engage.
Yeah, Law and Order gets them at the same time. You can see he goes for the quad shadow as well. Ogi Shadow Kill comes out, goes for the Petrify combo out of the backside, but the Black Dragon's being released as they get the kill on towards Blissey, and Carty goes down as well. Now Danza's going to the middle. He's going to get taken out after getting the turtle, and here comes Biaza who got that one. Saki will have to go away, but the title strike forcing out that circling eagle, and Mlbb, yes, you suppressed him in the early game with the 2 kills, but level 4 in the turtle fight, he dictates the pace of the game. He calls the shots.
I mean, Nikki forcing Aurex to go back to base, I mean, makes him lose a minion, right? But even with that Furious Dive and the Black Dragon Form combination with the Yuzhong Petrify, I mean, that's what changed the game. Even if Karti got the kill in that fight, yes, it's okay, but they lost the jungler, they lost Danzo. And I think it was an even trade for junglers, both of them fell, but still, Piazza got a kill, and I think that's gonna be, again, the fall of Romania.
It's definitely looking like a fall indeed, because so far it's been a one-sided story, if you ask me, when it comes to any games in the ISF. But this series has been back and forth like a tennis match. Oh, traction pulse to try and pull Nikki, forcing out the Rondo, and at this point, hey, 3-2 kill score. Romania do have the goal lead because of the farming efficiency and how they stole away the 2 creeps in the early game. But they just need to transition that into objectives, man. They got the turtle, just not able to capitalize after that.
Look at Beijing Blissey. He's just trying. Oh, the Granger gets the gold trap. I mean, that's so annoying as a jungler, right? You're doing all the hard work, but boom, that Death Zone attack comes to taking away your precious time and especially your precious gold. I think Saki is going to try to get picked off. Super is there as well to support him. 2v2 actually scenario in the bot lane. Mlbb manages that away from the quad shadows, but still the Furious Dive goes through expanded, so that could mean a dive towards him. But Beijing Blissey and Timmy are going towards the top lane. Super joining them as well. But I believe the Granger and Matilda are going there as well for a fight.
Yeah, they kind of want to go there. At the same time, Bat's Feast being baited out. Saki trying to zone them out. Sanguine Claws pulls back Super. He's forced to get out as well. He has the flicker. Doesn't want to expend it. Mlbb gets the turtle started. Beijing Blissey hiding, waiting, biding time, looking for the opening as Saki is there. Meanwhile, they go through, finally checking the bush, and now here comes the rest of the cavalry to go for the title strike, finding the Tsunami Slam onto the Hayabusa as they get the Petrify Chain CC. Ogi Shadow Kill able to get the Retribution on point as well. Should make it out alive, but look at Mlbb wants to go straight for the back line. I don't think it's the wisest idea because there's no follow-up coming through, as it was a clean fight from Romania.
No life expanded, Retribution won by the side of Romania. I feel so proud of Danzo right now. He's playing the extreme well. He got it on basically 1 second before he died. Sha isn't Reju doing a lot of damage to Karti, but he still manages to survive. I think he's gonna go back to base after this one. Beyaza gets poked out. Skylove forced to use the That's Feast, Sanguine Claws.
Oh wait, they get the kill on Super as you try to go in, try to buy some time, create some space, but wasn't provided by Romania indeed. And at this point, I feel like this Ixia hasn't done anything. It's an ultra late game marksman indeed. Needs at least 2 items to start doing some damage. You need that Sky Piercer to dish out a little bit more. Meanwhile, they get the tier 1 on the bot side and they steal away that purple buff from Blissey, starving him out from his jungle.
Danzo has been playing it extremely well as well. Nikki and Saki, I mean, everyone has been playing it extremely well. Every single team here, every single person here, but the Ubi Shadow Kill, ready.
Oh my god, waited for the right time, but you can see Nice coming through as well, and here go for the Tsunami Slam onto Karti as he's able to get out. But the damage is too much. It's too much for the side of Lithuania to deal with, and they don't have any damage of their own. But what they do have is the ability to make a play as Mlbb goes through the Black Dragon, looking for the right target. Doesn't have the Petrify, finds Karti, but here comes the full barrage as they're looking to dish out the damage. But meanwhile, Nikki with the Death Sonata out of the back line. He goes Danzo. Doesn't have the Ogi Shadow Kill, but they get 1. They find a second, make it a 3. Beijing Blissey a little late to the party, didn't get the memo, but we'll have to concede that.
I think the top turret is going to fall down at the hands of Hayabusa after this turtle. If not, Hesiron is sure enough going to use his bats to clear out that wave as fast as possible. But look at Nikki, look at that deep cut. That's a bit dangerous. Even if the team was dead, yes, you don't know where the Fredrin is on the map. Danzo is 3 levels higher than the Fredrin. He's been outpacing, outfarming, and out-rotating this Fredrin all entire game. 5 kills lead to Romania. And I believe, look at that lead. I believe 6 or 7,000 gold difference. I mean, bro, that's a lot. That's so much. But Mlbb has been using this Petrify Furious Dive combination a bit too early, right? We saw it on the top lane on Danzo, but it still was enough. Hayabusa gets the Warx to deal a bit more true damage against these tanky fighters, as he surely needs it. But I think they're gonna try to collapse on this bot turret.
Yeah, I think
Mlbb
but
Petrify.
Mlbb finds the Petrify and 2 Purifies instantly popped right at the same time, but here comes the engage and they go for the Revitalize. Full barrage combo is expanded as well. Super goes down and they trade it for Skylove. Meanwhile, Mlbb creating the space, but oh my goodness, Danzo with the quad shadow along with that, they get the kill. Nikki finds one more on the board, but look at Cardi zoning out Biaza and they go for the Ogi shadow kill. Finally, make that a triple for Nikki as Romania looking to take this game away on a 6k goal lead in the 8th minute mark.
Take away Danzo's Hanzo. Take it away. Take it away. Stop banning the Hanzo. Please take away the Hayabusa. Leave Danzo with his one trick. You can maybe deal a little bit better with him. But even so, look how much gold is in the hands of the Granger. 7.6 thousand gold. I believe a full 3,000 gold ahead of Iksha. You have to give it to him. He's been played extremely, but even so, Hayabusa only a few thousand gold behind the most gold in the entire game. He has the magic shoes for that extra ultimate. He's buying that blade for the extra 10% attack speed in the early game. Hunter Strike, of course, for the penetration and the movement speed, but the War Axe is what makes the teamfights happen a bit better because he does that extra true damage, of course, and it heals him a bit more. Yes, you can go for the Endless build, but still, I think the War Axe is a bit more easier to use compared to the Endless because you have to basic a lot more with that one. Look at this. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.
Yeah, they go.
Saki and Nikki in a bush together.
Oh, they go, circling Eagle. That Sonata already dishing out damage, forcing out a flicker as well. Mlbb taken out low, but he can see the full barrage comes through. Nikki is able to kite out, and he gets the kill, double kill with the help of that Sonata. And they find the third super goes down as well. And now with that position, with that aggressive play, Romania able to take the piece of the cake, and now they get the Lord in their hands at the same time. Not looking good if you're Lithuania at the moment.
Definitely not looking good if you're looking at the mid-tower ability gets expanded as well. 9 minutes and 50 seconds in. Both turrets still has the ability, still has a protective shield, but the top lane I think it's about to fall down as well. Ugi Shadow Kill is still available. Nikki has the Death Sonata fully charged up. Yuzhong is the fuse dive again pretty early. Sanguine Claws catches super.
No, at this point you can see. Oh no, they actually catch him at the right time. And that was a little overextension, but here comes the clock back. Mlbb with the Black Dragon for him, but Nikki has too much damage. He has to respect that. Just using the Black Dragon to zone them out as the Lord is coming down slowly through the mid lane. It was a good flicker from Biaza, and that bought enough time.
I remember hearing some analysts saying after the nerf, Granger won't be used at all, but look at him. He's still one of the most impressive heroes in the game, but even so, Kronos take it away.
Yeah, you can see Beijing Blixie already half HP full barrage comes through, finds the right target as well at the same time, but they're not able to capitalize because they don't have the flank as Orish is sitting pretty in the back line and able to survive. That is the opening that they needed, but look at the level difference, Dakota. Level 10 on an Ixia. That's not where you want to be.
Level 13 on Nikki. I mean, the Granger in the hands of Nikki. 9.8 thousand gold. Mlbb!
Oh my god, I was going to say look at the items, but you can tell that Nikki is just way ahead with this Granger. We were saying that the Kalea is a great pick because you force the Granger on a Purify, but if you're not able to engage and pop that Purify in the first place, Nikki's going to he's not going to feel threatened at all. 9-0-0 on a Granger. He has been dishing out damage for days, and now with the traction pulse pulling him back, you can see he's forced to get out with the flicker coming forward after the full barrage. Still not able to do much. Here comes the Glorious Pathway. They find one. They make that 3. And here comes Mlbb again late to the party with a Petrify combo. Only finds Cardi, but look at Nikki. His damage is legendary as he makes 11-0-2. And now they're looking to take the game away. Only Biaza left standing. 9 seconds might be a little too much for them to handle, but they don't have minion waves. The clear wasn't there. Romania do not want to force the occasion.
I mean, I agree with you, Kronos. That fight, it would have ended badly if they forced it a little bit longer. Nikki, Saki wasn't there. I mean, only Nikki, but let's take a quick replay at what happened. We're seeing the Iksha using the full barrage to go flicker forward. But Nikki using the Purify to get that ability slowdown off himself. Ugi Shadow Kill gets countered by Super. I mean, he dies instantly, right? And it doesn't transfer to Yuzhong. Yuzhong managing to use his Shower Residue to kill Carti. A lot of damage. Still frontlining monster. But man, Lord, 15 seconds in. They saw the further and they gave the vision right away. Yu Zhong picked up the dominance eyes. We know that Hylos has the blade armor, but still, Danzo is basically full build. So is Nikki, but even so, Tsunami Slam.
Yeah, it comes through, but you can see Circling Eagle to make sure he gets out of harm's way as well. They get the work started on the Lord. They have to respect the damage coming through from Nikki at this point. Already taken, securing the Lord. And now Madara just giving a reminder to Lithuania that they have to wake up to reality. 11k goal lead on the side of Romania.
And just that the goal lead is in the hands of Nikki with 12,000 total gold in 30 minutes and 23 seconds. I mean, hold on. That just means, I mean, he's been farming everything, right? You know this guy loves money. He's the money lover. Hirohito Nicolas, one of the best goal laners in all of Romania. Maybe in all of Europe. That's left out to be seen later on. Kronos, what do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, you just died.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what I think at this point. They go for the fight indeed. Glorious pathway is there. We can see the full barrage, making sure he's trying to get out, but he used the Purify at the right time. Nicky's really fast with his fingers, but the traction pulse pulling forward back, but there's no follow-up as he goes for the back line with the quad shadow and the Yogi shadow kill. The Petrify comes out from Mlbb. They're trying to fight for survival, but not for long as they lose 2, and the rest of Romania go for the base crystal. Call it match point and take game number 3. Move on further in the Europe qualifiers.
Romania has took this best of 3 by 3 in unexpected turns. Yes, we expected Romania to win, but we didn't expect it to be such an amazing show. Both of these teams pulled it alone all the way. I enjoyed what I saw. I really did. Even if I support Romania, yes, I might sound a little bit biased, but I have to respect it. It's my own countrymen. I love seeing them on the big stage, but let's take a quick look at the highlights to see what happened during the game. Let's see these magnificent kills. Look at her. Come on. Perfect shadow kill Kronos.
The way that they played is completely one-sided. It's just it's just something that they could not do anything about at all, right?
No answers for Hirohito and Nicolas. No answers whatsoever.
Full barrage. I'm telling you, this Ixia pick just didn't fit here.
I mean, they banned out his Clint, which worked really well in game number 2, but still, he had the damage, but he didn't have the follow-up. He didn't have a solid frontliner. Yes, they had the Kalia. Yes, they had the Yu Zhong, but Yu Zhong isn't as great as he used to be before compared to the Hylos. Look at that. Just tying the base like it was nothing. He just ate that with bread and left.
Yeah, and it just goes to show that, hey, they're just not having a... It's just not something that you want to... It's just something that you don't want to put your you don't want to put yourself into in like a position, especially when you're going against, you know, a powerhouse team like Romania.
I mean, look at the damage coming from Nikki. Basically 80,000 damage flat. He has the BOD, Hunter Strike, Sky Piercer, Malefic gun combination. I mean, the MVP has to go out to Saki, I believe. He was actually just making everyone survive. Especially Nikki, right? He was protecting him perfectly, was giving him vision, was giving him the space he needed. Compared to Mlbb and compared to Super, they didn't protect each as much as people. Yes, she had a pretty okay KDA 330, but still not enough for you to take the advantage, not enough for you to take the lead. Kimi also being forced in the mid just means you lack a bit more damage compared to Cecilian in the late game, right? He was doing a ton and a ton of damage. He was slowly building up his stacks. I believe he had 200 at the point. But 50,000 damage is nothing to laugh about. And the Hayabusa peak being there. Incredible, Kronos. Purely incredible. Do you find it appealing to see this Granger getting so much use? Before he was used nothing, not times. And now after his ramp, he's so, you know, popular, right? He's so strong.
I mean, the Granger definitely was, right? Granger was a solid pick ever since a long time. But after the rework, after the changes that was made, it's just been crazy. And then you add the Sky Piercer to it, just made it even worse. And now Granger has been a staple threat, you know, a staple pick for all goal laners throughout. So if you don't know how to play a Granger, you can't really call yourself a goal laner at this point. 11-0-3, man. Nikki has been doing so much damage, and he didn't even rock the flicker. Right, you're not
Purify.
even forcing anything. Yeah, purify. You cannot reposition yourself. Yes, you're relying on the Matilda for that, and that helps out quite a lot. But nah, and then you put yourself on an Ixia at that point, not even looking to play aggressive. Sheesh. What can I say, Zakota? What can I say?
Look at the turtle lord and turret difference. 3 turtles, 2 lords, 9 turrets. All the turrets that could be claimed were taken by Team Romania. Lithuania barely made a dent in the HP of Romania's. 918 damage, and I assume that was the tower plating in the early game, but 36,000 total damage to towers. Damage taken compared to Lithuania's, I mean, wow, man. Wow. The gold obtained gap is basically the same. As you know, in the late game, gold doesn't matter as much as it does in the early game. But as soon as Romania got that rolling, it started the avalanche. You know, Hayabusa just getting that turtle, and Nikki just getting protected so much from Matilda just made the game basically a movie, an absolute cinema, right? It was amazing to watch both of these teams. I mean, I like the Zhong. I don't know about you, Kronos. I like the Zhong pick here.
Man, it's complete. Yeah, I like the Yuzhong. It's 283. It's a signature pick, but that's what they did, right? In the early game, they kind of suppressed him down. They didn't give him a good time. And then next thing you know, he's just having a difficult game. And after a while, they just knew how to get the answers. And hey, it was sad to see Lithuania bow out of the competition.
I mean, unfortunately, this is the last stop for Team Lithuania. It's unfortunate news for them, but next year I assume they're gonna get stronger and stronger only. But yeah, I mean, Kronos, you have to give props to them, right? To Lithuania, they played it out really well. They managed to get the long late game. In the first game, it was a complete sweep. I think 7 minutes and 17 seconds, or 12 seconds if I'm not mistaken. But the second game took a turn for the best for Team Lithuania, and they managed to take a win over Romania. I mean, that's no easy feat. We saw how strong and competent Romania is.
Bro, it's just building up Romania so big.
Give the glazer, they call me.
No, but you're not wrong, guys. He's not wrong with what he's saying. Romania definitely looking like one of the favorites to take it all. I can only see Turkey kind of responding back, but then again, that's because Turkey have a developed scene. They have enough practice. They have enough, they have enough exposure to such high quality gameplay. And Romania just might be the dark horses for this one. Now looking like slight bit of a favorites, but then again, an undercard team trying to make it to the top. I feel like Romania definitely has what it takes.
Romania is still waiting to see which of its next opponents is gonna take on Belarus, and I believe, just let me take a look, Belarus and Georgia are still looking it out, but we know that Team Portugal has beaten Team Hungary and Turkey has won over, let me double check, Austria. So Turkey and Portugal are gonna duke it out next, but we're gonna keep following Romania if I'm not mistaken, but we're waiting to see who's gonna take the kick, Belarus, or is it going to be Georgia? What do you think, Kronos? Who do you have for the winner for that game?
Belarus versus Georgia? I think Belarus, man. I feel like Belarus might just take. Belarus just might take it, but again, I feel like Georgia has been a staple name, has been there throughout. So we will find out in due time. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for a break. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a short one.